Please give a round of applause for Sunil Persaud. Yeah,
What's up, everybody?
What's up?
See, we got a couple of nice faces out here. Anybody in relationships?
Love them. I love them.
Yeah. See, one thing about one thing about relationships is no matter how far you get in your relationship, the questions get stupider and stupider. See, I started out dating this girl one time, but the questions she asked, I had to be careful how I answered them because she had a certain intent when she was asking those questions. One day we were there, just hanging around, and she was like, tell me something about you that people don't know. So I was just getting to know her, so I was like, my favorite color is red. And she looked at me like I was dumb, and she was like, no, something that people won't know about you that easily. So I was like, well, if I don't trust you and you talk to me while I'm peeing, I shut down. So she put this shit to the test, okay? Every single time, well, before I started peeing, one day she was sitting there, she's like, do you trust me? And I was like, yeah, of course I trust you. So she decided to put this shit to the test. So every time I go to the bathroom to take a piss, she tried to have a conversation with me. So I just start playing, and I'm not playing around with that shit. I'll shut off in mid-flow and sit there frozen until you finish your conversation and leave. Like, my brother can talk to me while I'm peeing, and I have a full conversation with him, because that's family, I trust that. But if I don't know you, and I just know you a little bit, I can't do this shit. So I'll be sitting there peeing. She's like, Sunil, you almost done? Like, motherfucker, I'm done now. Shit. Had me sitting there on the couch for us tonight just like this. She's like, what's wrong? I was like, I gotta pee. You keep talking, man. Shut the fuck up. But see, I learned a lesson from the shit because as the relationship went on, she asked me questions. So she played this game 21 questions. It's a girl's game, but I had other intents by answering these questions. So one of the questions was, if you could have sex with any one girl in the world, who would it be? See, in my mind, I was like, just one? Can you give me about 30 minutes to come back with an answer? I was like, you know what, let me be nice. So I was like, it would be you. And she tried to call my bullshit, but see, my wheels were already turning, and she started trying to call my bullshit. So I was like, she said, what if you didn't know me? I was like, then I would do my best to search through every nook and cranny around the world just to find you so I can make love to you. And she was like, oh, that's so sweet. But I'm like, I would fuck Peter Guerrero, Shauna Lene. I could go on forever. But see, I thought the stupidness of the questions would end at that point. But I was completely wrong. Like, I'm sure every guy who's been in a relationship with a girl, one of the questions they asked is, if I was to gain some weight, would you still love me? So we were sitting there, she said, if I was to gain 400 pounds, would you still love me? And in my mind, I'm like, bitch, would you love yourself? I mean, you wouldn't even want to take a shower no more. You got so many flaps to lift up and scrub under. You gotta be careful with that shit. But see, I was smart about it because I didn't answer her question. I said, I love you just the way you are. So she still heard love and the way I am, so she assumed I said yes to that question. But if she got 400 pounds fatter, my ass would be out the door. See, she didn't have to count on that. And the questions progressively got more and more stupid. See, one day I was sitting there, she said, if you could lose your legs or your arms, which ones would you lose? And I was mad as shit. I'm a basketball player. I need both my legs and my arms. Don't question my shit. Don't try to take my shit away from me. So I was a little bit mad. But I looked at her and I was like, I'd probably rather lose my arms just because if somebody was chasing me, like a dog was chasing me, I couldn't like pedal on my arms to get away from them. I had to run. And she looked at me and she was like, oh, okay. And I said, so what? I was just going to indulge in bullshit. So I was like, so which ones do you lose? And she was like, I'd rather lose my legs. And I was like, okay, why? And then she said, because I'd still be able to hold you in my arms. I was like, shut the fuck up. You better get out of here with that bullshit. You want to just keep your arms, have to carry your ass around everywhere. Get the hell out of here. And if you thought the stupidness stopped at that point, shit got even more crazy. Just watching a happy-ass movie, How to Train Your Dragon. You can't get any more happy than that. You train a fucking dragon that was vicious to be nice. But she looks at me and she says, if you were to die today, would you be happy with your life? And I was like, yeah, I feel like I'd be happy. I try to do everything I love. I spend time with my family, my friends. I hang out with everything, do everything I care about. And usually when she wants a drink, she'll say, I'm thirsty, and she'll walk to the kitchen and get one for herself, and offer me some after she took a sip. But she didn't say anything. She was just like, do you want a drink? And I was like, this is kind of unusual. So I was like, okay, yeah, I guess. But she walked into the kitchen and got the drink, and she brought it back, and she didn't take a sip out of it. And I knew it because the fucking lip of the cup, it was lined up perfectly. So I looked at her, and she was like, do you want some? I don't want that shit. What, you a Dr. Kevorkian ass trying to kill me? Better get the hell out of here. But see, as your relationships go on, what happens is people become more and more comfortable. See, there's certain levels of comfortability that you can have with people. See, if you're married, it's perfectly fine for you to do certain things. Now, if you've been dating for just a few months, you can't do some of those things married folks can do. A few years, can't do the same thing some of those do. But see, this same girl who was asking all the dumbass questions, it seemed to me like she had a thing for body functions and bathroom time. See, she couldn't give me any private time at any point in my life. So, one thing she did was she would say, uh-oh. And at first, I didn't understand what uh-oh was. She would say uh-oh at random times, and I didn't know what it meant. I thought she saw some funny shit going on or some shit that wasn't right. She's like, uh-oh, we gotta go. But no, she would say uh-oh every time she farted. But see, I don't wanna know when you fucking fart. You gotta keep that shit to yourself, because if I don't smell it, I don't wanna know where it came from. That's your personal business. Just leave it alone. And along those same lines is, she would always question my body function. See, it was bad because she was a nursing major. So she got into the nursing stuff and she wanted to know everything about everything. She was like, oh, if I got a bruise on my arm, she'd be like, oh, your arm is hemorrhaging. I'm like, bitch, there's blood under my skin. Shut the fuck up with your big ass hooked on phonics, motherfucker. And so she would just throw big words at me for no reason. Like, you know when basketball players bump their knee and they take it to the back and they're like, oh, he has a contusion. If you fell off a chair, she's like, oh, you have a contusion. We might need to bandage that. We could put an IV in and get you going. You'd be good to go. So I'm like, shut the fuck up. Keep that shit to yourself. But she would always ask me when I would poop, because we went on a trip one time, and she was like, did you poop on the trip? I was like, what? She said, did you poop on the trip? I was like, I mean, I ate food. I would assume that I had to poop at some point in time. And she was like, I didn't hear you poop. I was like, you sit by the fucking bathroom when I go? And she was like, no, because you didn't spend enough time in the bathroom to poop properly. First of all, does anybody know what is the proper time it takes you to poop? Everybody has different times they poop, right? If it's a quick poop, it could be 30 seconds. If it's one of those, you had like 53 tacos, you might even be in there a little bit longer. But she would, I don't know if she had a stopwatch and was timing my ass, so I was like, I did poop. And she was like, you know what? I just don't understand. Why can't you be honest with me? See, that's the relevant shit. Like, she would take something that had nothing to do with anything, put it together and try to spin it on my ass. She's like, I don't understand. You just can't be honest with me. I said, I fucking poop. Do you want to have an argument about it? I poop. Do you want to know? You know, next one to take a picture, text message it to your ass, because I can't deal with this shit. And see, she didn't respect my time in the bathroom either. Like, when I would go take a shower, she would just walk right in. We went on a trip, and I was taking a shower. She had already finished showering. So I got in the shower, started taking my shower. All of a sudden, I heard the door crack. Her mom was also on the trip, so I didn't want her mom to walk in and see this wonderful hunk of man right here, because then it might end up into a porno storyline with moms and daughters, and I didn't want to take it that way. So she just opened the door and walked in, and see me, I normally take cool showers at the end of the night to shut my body down so I can go to sleep, because I knew nothing was going to happen. But see, when she came in, I can't get out of the shower from a cold shower, because then she'll see me in a way she's never seen me before. So I was like, okay, let me stay here. So my shower that would normally be about 10 minutes went to about 20 minutes, because I had to switch my temperature water and kind of hide certain ways until I got back up to regular size and she could turn around and fucking see me. But she would just want to have bullshit conversations at that point in time. But it's crazy, because you thought she would just do this around me. But no, she figured it was okay to do it around my friends too. So we'd be out somewhere and it would be quiet as hell. We might be eating dinner, everybody's chewing. Uh-oh. No, you did not fucking do that shit. And everybody looks at me, they're like, Sunil, what's going on? I was like, I don't even fucking know. She got Tourette's or some shit. I don't know. Thanks everybody, y'all have been great. I enjoyed all y'all. Shout out to the ECU grads.
Yeah. There's a lot of food over there. Really good. Should should probably mention I graduated with a degree in nutrition. Yeah. Not really representing. So what was your major since you graduated? Criminal justice. Did you get out of prison? Did you get out of prison? Oh, okay. What was it? You go to a club, someone asks you, what's your major? Criminal justice. That's funny. Alright, so when is there